Welcome to Buckle Up Podcast Universe with Brandon Rush.
And welcome back to the Buckle Up Podcast Universe with Brandon Rush.
And Mama Rush.
We have a very special guest on here today. One of my best friends in the world. He's actually like a brother to me. My college roommate, Lieutenant Colonel Josh Greb, who is a Cobra pilot in the Marines. So we're going to have Josh on here. One thing I want to say about Josh, I love Josh. He has truly always been a brother to me. And I appreciate his mom when she was alive. She used to always give me encouraging words with my career. And one thing about Josh was that I know personally, when we were freshmen, both at LaBorde at University of South Carolina, he said, Brandon, I want to be a helicopter pilot. Well, he said he was going to be a pilot one day. I didn't know what kind of pilot, but he said he was going to be a pilot. So I have Josh coming on right now. Let's see here. Admit. I think he's on two different ones. Okay. I think I'll just hit admit both, just to be on the safe side. And he should be popping up here any second now.
Okay.
My guy.
What's happening?
Josh, my brother, one of my best friends in the world.
Rush is here too. Good to see y'all.
Josh, great to see you too, brother.
Oh, wow.
It's been a minute.
It has been, man. That's my fault on my end, bro. We got to make it happen. I got to actually see you in person.
Oh, man. How are y'all doing?
Doing really well, man. How about yourself?
Staying busy. It's not.
Yeah, I know, man. I saw what you wrote me. 4 kids, a job, and flying.
Yeah, it's out of control. Yeah.
Yeah. Josh, are these your photos of you flying in the back?
Yeah, that's like my love me. We got my love me room here, but yeah.
Okay, man, that is awesome. Josh, it is all about you today, man. Welcome to the Buckle Up Podcast Universe with Brandon Rush and Mama Rush.
Mama Rush.
Happy to be here.
I know you're probably tired, man, but we're gonna try and get in as much as we can. We won't hold you too long, though.
No, yeah, definitely. No, it's been my bad for pushing this off so long, man. It's been nonstop, but it's good that you definitely have your whole schedule to fill with tons of people. So
yeah, absolutely, man. But Josh, you were the person that I have wanted on since day one. Like when I got the show up and running, I knew I wanted you, and I knew I wanted Dave Ballman on here. I asked all the guys, but they've been a little bit timid about coming on.
We'll break the ice. That'll be good.
Absolutely. Well, Josh, it's up to you too, man. If your hand gets tired, which I probably wouldn't because you're always holding a joystick, or not joystick, the command controls. But if you want to put up against a book or something, you can. But whatever works for you.
Okay, that sounds great.
I'm not professional.
That's all good, man. I've had to lean it. I have auditions all the time. So I've been in hotel rooms where I've literally set up a Bible, had to put my phone against it and record off of an ironing board.
There we go. That
Perfect.
should be
perfect. So, Lieutenant Colonel Josh Greb. Josh, tell us about yourself, man. You give your intro. Well, sorry, Mom,
before he does that, Josh, first of all, I want the Buckle Up Podcast Universe to know that Josh, last time I saw Josh, I believe it was the University of South Carolina, and you were driving a convertible at that time. We'll get into that story later.
The Montego.
That old Montego.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now that we have 11
million viewers and listeners, Josh, in 32 countries and 313 cities around the world.
And on 6 continents. And I said, Brandon's been saying, I want Josh to come on Mom so badly, but he's been so busy. So we understand that. And we appreciate your time today. Absolutely. So we'll catch up on those days when I first saw you later on during the podcast. But
great.
We want to just find out all about you, what you've been up to and that type of thing. So go ahead, go with it.
Oh, yeah, that's good. No, it's, starting out, we moved, I was born in Southern Maryland, outside of Patuxent River. So that's a naval air station down there. My parents weren't military, but my grandfather on my mom's side was. Okay. And both of my grandparents on my dad's side were. So they were both Navy. And then my grandfather was Marines, but my dad worked for like a government contractor. So we lived in Maryland for a couple of years, and then New Orleans, and then Huntsville, Alabama, where my brother was born, and then back to Maryland, and then Summerville, South Carolina from 6th grade on, and then haven't really left South Carolina except for the Marine Corps. So, but yeah, Summerville was good all through middle school, high school, played basketball there. I was decent for a tall, lanky white kid. And then,
it looks like Captain America, by the way.
And then after that,
yeah,
got to was lucky enough to get the Marine scholarship for University of South Carolina, and kind of went to Columbia, and then moved into L5 Laborde, and
Yes, sir.
that's where I met Brandon, and we became combat crew from there on for 5 Points adventures.
Raptors and Sharkies a little bit.
Yeah, Raptors and Sharkies. So that was good. We learned a lot. We grew up a lot, and then after that, get commissioned, stationed in the Marine Corps. I was lucky enough to fly and pass those tests, and then always wanted to fly Cobras. So my grandfather, he was a door gunner in Hueys and H-34s. I think he did 5 deployments to Vietnam, and he never wanted me or my brother or anybody of his grandkids to join the military just because of what he went through. And I think he got shot down or crashed twice. But so he definitely didn't want me to go skids, which is, Cobras and Hueys. But once I picked it, because I didn't want to pick anybody up, I didn't want to drop anybody off. I just wanted to shoot things. But then once I was selected for Cobras and told him that, then he was all super supportive and was very excited. And I don't know if you remember, Brandon, but he was there to pin on my
I was.
Yeah, second lieutenant rank for commissioning too, and that's the first time he had put on his dress blues since like 1984 when he retired. So that was pretty cool. And then he did the same thing with my brother 3 years later. So that was nice.
Man, Josh, I think I have some of those photos still on my Facebook. I had to send those over to you. When you guys got commissioned, I was there because I went to that for you guys.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, and I mean Brandon was brother from another mother. I'm sure we'll get into that, but we were. I mean. We wouldn't go anywhere without Brandon. Brandon wouldn't go anywhere without us. That was great. But then, the band broke up after all of that. But went to Pensacola, Florida, flew T-34s, and then it's just like a World War II looking turboprop. They have T-6s now, which are a lot faster. But you learn fixed wings, so you go through all your formation and aerobatics, all the fixed wing stuff, navigation instruments. And then you get to pick, like, do you want helicopters? Do you want jets or transports like C-130s? And I picked helos because that's what I wanted. And then you learn on like a news helicopter. It was a TH-57. And so like day one, you're trying to hover and you're all over the place and it's out of control. But I enjoyed it. And then, did well enough there that we put in whiskeys. Me and 3 other guys wanted Cobra's West Coast and then Cobra's East Coast, and you kind of rank kind of what you want. And you only get your first pick if you're, it's kind of luck of the draw. And but the 5 of us actually got the AH-1Z, which was a brand new version of the Cobra that we didn't even know about because back then, dating all of us, like the internet was there, but it wasn't really. I didn't have an iPhone back then. It was still that razor flip phone. But so we had to Google what the AH-1Z was, and it was the new 4-bladed Cobra that carries 16 Hellfire, has all the guns, all the good stuff, and so we were excited. Got to go out to San Diego, stationed at Camp Pendleton, and then you go to HMLAT 303, which is like the training squadron. You learn to fly that, and then I went to 367, which is Scarface, and went first deployment there on the 11th MEU with a solid group of guys, and came back to 267, the Stingers.
Josh, one quick question for you. That first deployment, where was that to?
That was Arabian Gulf, Horn of Africa, Middle East area, like just all over the place. We got to one of the cool things. So that group, we called ourselves the Skid Billies. So, we all got velour tracksuits that were red, white, and blue, and all 16 of us would wear those in. So we were there over Christmas, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year. So Thanksgiving, when the boat was steaming out, we were in Singapore, I think, and we all put on the tracksuits and go out, and everybody. We're taller than everybody, so that you already stood out to begin with. But then our thing was we were calling ourselves the Red Bull Air Racing Team. So everybody believed that. So that was good. The slogan, I think, was no bridge too low. So it was good. But then so came back. Scarface had then moved to Hawaii to just reposition that unit out there. And I went to the Stingers, and Stingers is where started actually learning a lot of good stuff, and then went on my second deployment with the 13th MEU, another solid group of dudes, same area of operations and all that kind of stuff. And then came back and went to the weapons and tactics instructor course in Yuma, and then became our weapons and tactics instructor in the squadron with a couple other guys.
Josh, hold on a second. Yeah, hold on, man. That sounds pretty. It sounds like you just switched over to Viper there. Am I wrong or am I right?
Yeah. It's being so like a squadron WTI is there's kind of qualifications and designations you can get throughout flying, and you start out. You can first thing is like an AHC, an attack helicopter commander, and that's where you can sign for the Cobra. You can be like a -2 to lead, and you'll have ordnance and you can shoot. All the regular stuff, and then you become a section lead, and then you become a weapons training officer, where you start teaching the young guys how to shoot and what a rocket profile looks like, all that kind of stuff. Then you move into your instructor syllabus, teaching them all the ins and outs of flying, and then what is it, NSI, so a night systems instructor. And that's where you teach those new dudes how to do everything that you just taught them in the daytime at night with no moon. And it's not awesome. Not everybody can do that, because it's not easy. And at any point in time, something can go wrong, and mountains and trees are unforgiving. So
and that's what you did, Josh, right?
What's that?
That was one of the things you were doing, that night instructor too?
Yeah. You have to be an NSI for I don't remember how much time, but you have to get checked out as an NSI, and go through the paces there, instructing and everything, before they put you up for so only 2 guys in your squadron get to go to the weapons and tactics instructor course. So 2 guys from each squadron go there, and that's where the top instructors for those platforms. So like that's at MOTS 1, the Marine Aviation Weapons and Tactics School. And that's in Yuma, Arizona. You've got, every platform the Marine Corps flies, from F-35s, F-18s, Harriers, 53s, Cobras, Hueys, Ospreys, everything that's in the air. And in addition to that, you got ground guys, AOD, you have forward air controllers, JTACs, things like that. And then the UAV guys. So it's all the top people come to that school and they instruct, and then 2 people from each squadron go there, and you just get, I think it's 4 weeks of academics and then 4 weeks of flying. So
nice.
You really have to nerd out and you just got to learn everything nonstop, pass all those tests, and then they let you fly, and then it's all upper level flights, like high threat environments. So in helicopters, you're going to be probably no higher than 25 to 50 feet. Radar threats and all this kind of stuff. And you do all that. And then once you pass, you'll get a chicken patch, they call it, but it's an eagle patch that says WTI on the side. So then you go back to your squadron as the weapons and tactics instructor. And now the CO of that squadron kind of looks to you as the guy with the most current knowledge on everything going on, from weapons and threats, to then relay all that to everybody. So then now you're teaching everybody all of that.
Josh, sorry, Mom had one question too.
I have a few questions. First of all, I can tell you're brilliant. I can tell that. So wait just a minute, because you're talking Latin, and I think it's translating to those in your field, in the service or whatever, but I'm lost along the way. But I know that you're brilliant. Now, with that said, you talked about different types of ranks and things you've gone through. But before that happened, my question, had you ever flown any type of aircraft before joining where you are now? Have you ever?
No, not once. No.
Okay. All right. So you had no fear of heights or anything, but you wanted to do that. Is that correct? Am I
Right.
hearing you right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, probably ever since I saw Top Gun.
Yeah.
You're the Top Gun I'm seeing right now
Yeah.
live. Okay. I mean, you have that look, everything.
That's
Okay.
good.
All right. So Mama Rush is trying to peel those layers back now, trying to understand
Yeah.
some stuff that I missed along life's way. So the first time you got into a real aircraft in the cockpit, I guess, wherever the thing is, how did you feel and what did you see? Did it look Greek to you, or you felt like it's something natural that you could pick up fast? Is that how they do the training?
Okay, so first, I don't know how they do it now. I think they do
Okay.
something different now. But first, before you go to the basic school, so rewind and back. So you get commissioned, and then all Marine Corps officers go to the basic school, and that's in Quantico, Virginia.
Okay.
They teach every single person, no matter if you have a flight contract, if you're going to be an admin person or an infantry guy, they teach you everything there is to know to be an infantry platoon commander. So, so like you're running through demolitions course, you're running through land navigation, how to shoot, how to everything. So, worst case scenario, if everybody loses all their aircraft and everything else, like you can still lead Marines. So that puts you through those paces. But in that time frame, right before I classed up with our basic school class, they sent you to a place called IFS, Introductory Flight School. And that's just a civilian flight school that was in DC, and you learn all the basics on a Cessna. So you go through ground school. They kind of tell you how not to get lost. You fly a couple flights with a civilian instructor in a Cessna. So like, I mean, and I'm kind of wide, and those Cessnas are super tiny. So I sit in there with the instructor, and I'm, kind of cranked up. And I look like Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Trying to fly that thing. But yeah, you fly that around for, I think you get 50 hours or something like that.
Okay.
And the biggest thing there is to make sure, the people going through that course aren't getting like air sick or motion sickness, and just to make sure you're not freaked out by flying. And then so that's like you get your little private pilot's license, and then you go through the basic school, and then you go down to flight school. So then, and then there's a ton of like ground school and book learning, like piloting, especially in the Marine Corps, and I'm sure civilian side too. It's way more nerdy than what the movies and TV shows make it out to be. Like you're constantly studying and in the books, and it's like, if you're a drop of gas and you get put in from the nozzle to the tank, where are you going? So you're running through all this, or you're an oil particle and you're in the engine. Where are you going, or where'd you come from? All this kind of crazy stuff.
This is amazing.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So when I majored in political science, so they call it like poli-sci to fly. That was an unwise decision. I should have been engineering or something like that. But
really?
But it's but you learn they teach you all that along the way. So as long as you have an aptitude for learning and you want to learn and it's interesting to you, like it's no big deal. It's good. And then every platform that you fly, from like the T-34 fixed wing to all the way to the Cobras with like a glass cockpit, everything's different, but it's still all the same. You have, small muscle movements, just slow as smooth as fast kind of stuff. And it's good.
Wow. Did you ever get sick, for instance, when you actually got into and they flip you upside down? How do you keep your bearings to know that you're either upside down, right side up? Or how does that play into all of that before you actually take on the aircraft?
Yeah, so there was so when you get the T-34, that's like a fully aerobatic little plane. So it's like you're in the front seat and the instructor's in the back, or you swap or whatever. But the very first flight, you go with your on wing, who's like your kind of mentor as you're going through. And he asked me, do I get air sick? And I was like, I don't know, sir. And so he ran me through his own little thing he called it the squirrel cage. And it was, I still remember, you started out flying straight and level. We were going, I don't know how fast. It seemed like super fast, but it probably wasn't. But you go into a loop, but at the top of the loop, you flip upside down or right side up. He did a whole bunch of stuff like twirling and twisting. And then, you heard me laughing in the front because I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So then he gave me the controls and just had me screw around for a little bit. And it was, but then other people don't have that same experience.
Yeah.
So they have to go through like air sickness training, try to get rid of that, whatever that feeling is. But it's all due to your inner ear, and you can get used to it. And then the people that just don't want to try to get used to it or can't physically, then they're, they go do something else. But yeah, when you're upside down, there's definitely not a lot of upside down in helicopter land. So if there is, it's bad news.
Well, before you came on, I tried to do a little research about Cobras and all of this. What is AH-1-1, 2, whatever.
Yeah.
1Z. I said,
what's the actual term, Josh?
It's
it's the AH-1Z.
1Z.
Okay.
1Z. Is that right?
That's
I heard you say it earlier. I said, now, what in the heck is that? So how did it come to be? See, I'm just asking questions as
a guest would, Josh.
Please.
Question because you're telling us some stuff here. This Cobra, how did it get the name Cobra for your pilot, being a Cobra pilot versus just a regular pilot or any other pilot out there?
Right. So I guess the actual nomenclature for the AH-1Z is the Viper, and that's what Bell gave it. So and then the Yankee is the Huey version. That's the UH-1 Yankee. That's the Venom.
Okay.
But the history of the skids, and they're called skids because they don't have wheels.
Okay.
It's got the two sticks on the bottom. That's the skid. So that's why you call it like Skid Kids or Skid Row for where they're all parked, things like that. But that was all from Vietnam. So they had the Hueys were the first, legit helo out there that was smaller, agile, and mass produced. So they had Hueys, and they were called slicks if they didn't have guns or rocket pods on the sides. And then they started putting rocket pods and stuff on those Hueys, and then they called them Huey gunships. And then they realized that they're still kind of fat and taking a lot of rounds when they're going into the zones. So then Bell just went ahead and narrowed them down, and then so it was the same engine, same transmission and rotor blades, same skids and all that, but they just shrunk it, and then they put a nice beefy minigun and a grenade launcher on the front, and then rocket pods, and so they called that the Cobra. And, so they went through a bunch of iterations of the Cobra. I can't remember all the letters that go behind it. It was like a J, E, and all that stuff, but so and they called it the Cobra. And then, just traditionally, I think everybody that still flies it still calls it the Cobra, even though they call it the Viper, but nobody that flies it calls it the Viper. So it's probably not, it just doesn't stick.
Yeah. As the Cobra pilot.
Absolutely.
So you're now the Viper pilot. Cobra pilot,
but
Viper equals Viper pilot because of the machinery, the AH-1Z that you're now flying. Is that correct?
Right. Yeah, we call it the Cobra, but I mean, and then the F-16s in the Air Force, those are Vipers, and they call them Vipers. So you can't have two Vipers.
Exactly. Josh, I remember one thing too, and correct me if I'm wrong. I remember at the time, you actually kind of said it already. You guys were like the first ones. You're like the first generation of the Zulus, right?
Oh,
am I wrong?
Yeah. That's why we didn't know what it was, because they were still. The AH-1 Whiskies was like the two-bladed style that still looked kind of like the Vietnam iteration. And so we were the first 5 nerds to get picked up for the Zulu Cobra. So they had a few senior captains and a couple of majors that were still, it's called OpEval, the evaluations of this platform from Bell. And they were still doing that in China Lake, California, running it through its paces. So it still hadn't been signed off and bought by the Marine Corps when we were designated as Zulu pilots. So, by the time we got through all the ground stuff at Camp Pendleton, the first one came down from up there from being tested out. And that's when we finally got to see it like live and in person, which was pretty cool. So we were the first 5 in that. And then, and then everybody started trickling in after that. So it was cool. It was kind of the unknown because nobody.
You're part of history, Josh. Because you're the first person. Like you guys are the first 5 in history, pretty much, right?
We were the first 5 flight school dudes coming in. There were still like, you still had like your test pilots, and then the Marines. Like you had Hasty Swift, Bevo Patterson, Coco McGuire, and Moab Sykes. Those guys, they ran it through OpEval, and then they come back and they're like battle hardened dudes from tons of deployments in Iraq and Afghanistan. They're testing this bird out, and then they come see us idiots from Pensacola hanging out. So, but it was that was a blessing in disguise, because those guys taught us a ton, just everything that they knew, which was awesome. And then that gave us a leg up, but they also had to, because there was nobody else. There was nobody else that was going to help them. So
yeah. I mean, that's impressive. I mean, you're part of history, Josh, which I think that's amazing in itself, because like, just like with NASA pilots and stuff like that, you guys are at that groundbreaking, you guys are at that outside of the badasses from that came over and taught you guys in Pensacola. Like, you guys are at that ground level, that I guess first generation of people that are going to be to teach that. I mean, that's a part of history, man.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, it was
impressive.
It was luck of the draw. I mean, we just signed up for Cobras, and then however, we don't know how they picked them, but yeah, me and the other guys, we were in the same squadron. So they in flight school, and we were the ones to get it. So I think either our on wing was pushing for us to get them, or they just pulled our names out of the hat in order. But it worked out. Yeah, and I'm happy with it. It's a great aircraft to fly. I mean, I'm still flying it, so that works.
Yeah,
that sounds good. How do you get mentally prepared if you have to go on a mission? How do you get yourself ready and your family ready that you're getting ready to go? It has to be something. Tell us about that process.
For me, it's pretty much everybody and everything is trying to kill you, no matter what. And the biggest thing in aviation is complacency kills. So even though you have, even 500 to all the way up to 3,000 hours in an aircraft, or whatever it is, 30,000, there's still some random bird or a random nut that can come off. And, you always have to be prepared for the inevitable of something happening. If you're not, the second that you're not, something will.
Yeah.
So you can't get caught slipping. So for me, just like every flight brief, every mission or evolution, no matter how benign it is, like you always have to lock in and you compartmentalize. And I think pilots, especially, are super good at compartmentalization of just keeping, issues over here in one box, and then issues over there in the other box. And then now, okay, I got to open up my flight box. And then you'll hear them talk about, like, you got to get in your flight box. And that's nothing else exists except for what you're focused on. Cause then for us, for Cobras, like, I mean, you're not dropping people off and you're not picking people up. You're just, the whole mission is close air support, or there's deep air support too. But, I wasn't there in Iraq, but there were, if the ground guys are in trouble and they call close air support and Cobras and Hueys show up, like, they know your job is to kill the bad guys, give them a break. So they don't call you to just hang out and have fun. Somebody's having a really bad day, but it's your job to make that other person have an even worse day. So, and that's, if you're not locked into that mentality, it's like that's it. Then you're not going to make it. So, which I like that's cool. Like, go big or go home.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wanted to ask, how fast do they go?
You can do ballpark, Josh, if you can't mention the exact speed. You can do
it's so you can't really, any helicopter, you can't really go too much over 200 knots. Which is like, can't remember how many knots equal a mile an hour. I think it's like 1.8 or 2.2 or something like that. But that's just because your rotor blades will end up going supersonic, and then those will tear themselves apart. So, so that's what slows the helicopter down. It's just aerodynamics. But for us, when you're like cruising straight and level, if you have, say, you got like 8 Hellfire and 2 19-shot pods of rockets and guns on board, you're probably going like 120 to 130, 130 knots. So that's not bad. It's like 150, 160 miles an hour. But everything feels a lot faster when you're low. So like at 20 feet, you're like going in between cactus or going. So it seems like you're going really fast. It's always fun. Like you take a Hornet guy or somebody in the front seat. Like we did that at Mott's a bunch of times, like cross cockpit stuff. And you take them in the front seat of the Cobra, and they're just like freaking out that you watch out for that, watch out for this.
Yeah.
But you live in the dirt, which is cool. And it's completely different up there. Like they're so high, like the terrain looks like your maps do, which is awesome. And you don't necessarily have the speed rush because nothing's really moving past you unless you're through a cloud or something like that. But once you're down and low, they're like, yeah, it feels like you're going super fast if you're not used to it. But it's all just different sight pictures and what you get used to.
Okay.
Well, I love when Brandon showed you on flying, and I said,
"Oh, that was awesome, man!
It was awesome." Brandon posted that out there on Facebook, and I said, "That is right. Josh." I was happy when you decided to come back on because the last time I saw you in that
Montego.
Montego.
Montego. Was it Montego or Montego?
Yeah, Montego, yeah.
With the SWAT music, brother.
Yeah, not only it was a convertible. And you drove up. I said, "That's one fine man coming up there in there." I dated a guy, but his was not a convertible type. And I said, and Josh, your whole gang. I always talk about all of you all you guys up there that lived in 5 Points and everything. I told Brandon he had some of the best friends. He has some of the best friends that I've ever met.
Absolutely.
The guys from Carolina, y'all are true blue. And for you to get on and talk about that aircraft and all the training and how, and in a way, I want young people to see that, how smart you are. And to take those tests and pass those tests. I know they're difficult, but
if I can do it, anybody can do it. Because I'm not that smart. But it's if you're interested in it and you enjoy that, then all you got to know is that it's going to make you better. So, and anything that makes you better is going to take time and sacrifice. So, if it's worth it to you, then it's worth it in the long run. So that's how I looked at it. It was good.
I don't like heights, so I know I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't like heights at all. I mean, really, my stomach starts to quiver.
What'd you say, Josh?
What'd you say, Josh?
You'd be good for helicopters then. You stay super low. It's good.
Yeah.
Don't think so. As soon as that thing goes up, I don't like that. Listen, we went to, and I was going to interject this. Brandon, when they were little, we went to King's Dominion, one of those parks, and I got on the little children's roller coaster, the baby's roller coaster. I'm screaming, so the children are looking at me like, what? I mean, imagine the little children's roller coaster. I'm screaming. So I can only imagine being in a helicopter. I'm praying, Lord, and I know if I close my eyes, I still feel it. So any rate, go forward, keep on talking.
Josh, another question I have for you, brother. What is your favorite part of flying?
That's right. That's a good one.
Ooh,
I guess flying the Cobra.
I mean, I think shooting.
Yeah.
So probably the best part of shooting is like when you do fixed guns. So like you have a 20 mil, they call it a cannon. It's a 3-barreled Gatling gun style cannon.
Okay.
20 mil round. It's like, I don't think.
Is it what the Warthog has, Josh, or minigun?
That one's a 30 mil.
Okay.
So that one's like 10 millimeters bigger.
Yeah.
But yeah, ours is a 20 mil. So like I've got a barrel in here, but it's too heavy to bring over. But
okay. If you want to turn it, Josh, you can turn the phone.
Round is like this big. Yeah, let's see.
But if you have to go far, don't worry about it. But yeah, might as well take the tour.
Beautiful space.
Yeah, really nice.
I love your space.
Okay, so here is this is a busted one.
It's all good.
But yeah, so that's like a 20 mil barrel. So you got you would have 3 of those.
Oh wow. Thanks for showing us, Josh.
Yeah, and they spin around. So that's but yeah, like you go fixed forward, and when you're shooting it, the aircraft kind of vibrates, and you can like the smoke comes in the cockpit a little bit. So it's pretty fun. And then so that's probably the most fun. That and rockets.
Okay.
Really anything coming off the aircraft and exploding is the best part.
awesome.
And how many years have you been flying now?
So I've been in for 18 years and then flying probably 16, I guess.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
And then
Yeah.
Josh, you're still kind of in, or what is it that you do these days? Because don't you go to? I mean, I don't want to give away too much of your information, but you like fly with the squadron in New Jersey or something?
Yeah. So I'm still in the reserves.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
SMCR. So yeah, once a month. I'm in South Carolina now, so I'll fly up to Philadelphia and drive into Lakehurst, New Jersey. So McGuire Dix Lakehurst is where our squadron's at.
Okay.
HMLA 773, the Red Dogs, and then it's the reserve squadron. So we really don't have anything crazy that you have to do every day. So like once a month, same type of deal. So I'll fly up like on a Thursday night and then fly Friday, Saturday, Sunday, come back Sunday night, and then go back to the real world on Monday morning.
Yeah.
And then we just did maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. We did like a 2-week evolution out in 29 Palms, and
Okay.
yeah, shot around out there in the desert. So, but yeah, it's good. So it's not like a huge commitment, and it lets you scratch the itch. And and then if anything pops off, like we're there to help, which is good.
Okay.
And how long do you stay in the reserves? Is it forever, or you have a time frame there?
Yeah, until they kick you out, or but I mean, for flying, I think I can go as a lieutenant colonel up to 28 years or 26 years or something like that.
Okay.
That is wonderful.
But yeah, so it's good. It lets you just keep flying and keep practicing. And I mean, it's kind of still it's like a gun club for everybody. So everybody goes their separate ways when they get out. But as soon as you got airline pilots, you have FBI agents, you've got general contractors, lawyers, doctors, and then everybody funnels back into the squadron, and then everybody's a pilot again. Like, and you're all flying together and speak the same language and all that kind of stuff. So that's fun too. Just getting back with the guys.
Josh, another thing I want to say, because I can hire you as a technical advisor on a movie set, you're able to, as a technical advisor, as you said, you're able to talk about everything that you guys do in the Marines, where like formations, how to, because you said you're able to do everything on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So you're able to do everything on the ground, plus you're able to do anything flying. I'm trying to just put you out there for anyone looking for a technical advisor. That Josh has the qualifications to be able to teach not just how the tactics and what you guys do on the ground, but you're also able to do that from the aviation standpoint.
Right. Oh yeah. And then, I mean, the biggest thing, so after my time in the squadron, I was lucky enough to get drafted to go instruct at MOTS 1, so our weapons school.
Oh, wow. You are Viper, bro.
So that was my last duty station on active duty, was MOTS 1. So I was the Cobra division head for my last year there. But yeah, you're like writing all the publications and making different tactics and things like that, and then disseminating those to the squadrons. But the thing with like, definitely, I'm gonna brag, but like Cobra.
Go ahead. No, wait, I want you to say everything.
So here's the thing: is like, so Cobra guys, you can be a FAC-A, so a forward air controller airborne. So like the guy on the ground that's calling in airstrikes and things like that. You're doing that from the helicopter.
Oh, wow.
So like if the dude on the ground, he's getting shot at, or he can't see what you're seeing.
Yeah.
He can pass you FAC-A control. And then now you're controlling any fixed wing that are on station, any other helicopters. You can call in ARTI, all that stuff from a helicopter.
Okay.
Well, at MOTS, you're teaching dudes to be a FAC-A instructor, so a FAC-AI. So now not only are you doing all that, but you're instructing another pilot on how to do it while you're doing it, or he's doing it and you're making sure he's not going to drop a bomb on a friendly position, or lines aren't crossing. You don't want to cross streams at any time, like stuff like that. But make sure you integrate fires. But with that, you have to know every single piece of ordnance and kind of tactics that our guys use, and like schemes and maneuver the entire time. So every single type of fixed wing ordnance that could be dropped, like an F-35 checks in on station. What's he carrying? Okay, what is this? F-18, a Harrier, other helicopters, that stuff's easy. But then ground guys, like how can you use whatever they have at their disposal, from like HIMARS, which is like rocket launcher type stuff,
Yeah.
to 777s, which are artillery. So you have to know all of that in order to actually implement it and be
Yeah.
effective. So it's like a huge orchestra going on, and you're the conductor, and it's a
Yeah.
symphony of destruction that you're in charge of doing, which is great. But you can't do that if you don't know what you got at your disposal. So
Yeah.
that was our job, to try to teach guys, and that's just like
Holy
that
smokes.
was like a small fraction of what you end up instructing all these students. And I mean, those students are like, when I talked about going through WTI, you're like one of the top dudes in the squadron,
Yeah.
or gals in the squadron, that the CO is like, I need you to be a better instructor, or learn how to instruct this better for us. And then, but now you're training the trainer. So
Yeah.
and you can't really screw that up.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Kind of is important. So,
Josh, that says a lot of. First off, I know you personally, but that's which is a good thing. But it also says, it teaches about. You're telling us about how much your work ethic is. Not just that, but how much you're respected by your peers and by the people that know. Like, hey, like Josh is really great. I think that he's your commanding officer who sent you to, what's it called? What was it called, Josh? That MIC? What was that military training school that?
Not the NSI.
Sorry, no, Josh, the one with the weapons, the special weapon, the one that.
Mott's?
Yeah, Mott's.
Yeah.
The people that chose you to do that, they clearly saw that you had certain qualities to yourself that you and one other person, I think you said two of you guys went, or two of you all went. They saw that clearly, you two, and they clearly were right, because now you continued to do that for a while. That,
or they had nobody else to pick.
But, okay.
But yeah, it was good. I mean, same as with anybody, like I was poli-sci to fly, was like getting through college, did everything you were supposed to do, just don't mess up. And if you're studying for a test, then do the best you can on whatever test you're studying for. Like, there's no point in half-assing anything. You gotta just do it. If you're there to do it and you're already spending time on it, then do it 100%. If it's not good enough, then at least you left it all out there. And if it is good enough, then see where it takes you. So,
just like a coach, man.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about being an astronaut? I mean, doing that part of it. How do you feel about that? I have a friend, Charles Bolden, who used to run NASA and under Obama. And so with that, he talked about being an astronaut in high school, and he became a great astronaut and all. But did that ever cross your mind? Because you have everything they need, I guess.
Yeah, I did.
Really?
In 5th grade, my grandparents sent me to space camp.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I always thought that was fake, but it's real, huh?
Yeah, it's real. It's in Huntsville, Alabama. I went to space camp, me and my cousin. And I thought being an astronaut would be awesome. And then, and usually it's more fixed wing or test pilot guys get selected for that. But we did have, I think she's Lieutenant Colonel now. Jaws was her call sign. Mogbelli. She was a Cobra pilot. She was in the test squadron that was next to Mott's in Yuma, and she actually applied for the astronaut program. And out of like 300 people, she got picked. So she went through all the NASA training, and I think she's been to space once already, and she's on the Artemis program, like the moon program for NASA, which is pretty cool. Like, that's a Cobra pilot that went through with it all. She did it. Now, I will say, I think she went to the Naval Academy and was like an aeronautical engineer.
Okay.
And has all that stuff.
Yeah.
I wasn't into all that. So.
Absolutely.
Do you have many women as Cobra pilots?
No. I think we do have one female in the Red Dog that's a Cobra pilot, and I don't know about the active duty squadrons now. There's definitely more now than there was when I first got in. When I first got in, there were no female Cobra pilots like on the line squadrons. I think there was one prior, but it's still like onesie twosies that go out there. But and it's not like females aren't allowed. It's just, I think it's a different mindset. I think so, like that it just attracts a certain type of person.
Oh, I understand.
So like you need to be like a meat eater, alpha mentality.
Oh,
And definitely the ones that get there are like that.
oh, okay.
Absolutely. And Josh, I know your call sign, but will you please say your call sign and explain how you got the call sign? And I'll get ready to let you go too, Josh.
Oh no, you're good. Here's Blaze. You know Blaze?
Oh, that's your son, right? Blaze, what's up, man?
What's up, man?
I see you've been hitting the gym.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yo, what position you playing football? I see the picture a ton of times.
Running back, wide receiver, and DB. So,
When's the first game?
it's like in the second week of August.
All right, man. I'm gonna try and catch one this season if I'm in town.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Nice meeting you, Blaze.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Clearly, he's been working out with you, Josh. That kid's getting jacked.
He's getting big.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's getting really big, man.
He's built.
Yeah. Which leads perfectly into Josh. Your call sign is the Swede.
Oh
But
yes.
If you explain how you got that call sign, Josh.
What is it called?
The Swede.
Okay, let's hear about it.
So we did have so this was back to my first squadron, Scarface. That was Lieutenant Colonel Borg Schulte, who's now, I don't know if you probably don't keep track of the news for this stuff, but I think he's a 3-star general now.
Holy smokes.
Is the first Marine that was selected to lead the Naval Academy. Is like I don't know what they're called, the president. But he's like, so Meat was his call sign, but Meat Borg Schulte, he was like a linebacker at Navy.
Yeah.
Solid dude. And, but I get there and I'm bigger than everybody. And, there was a guy who was a former scout sniper and his call sign was Highway because he was a gunny back in the day. So if anybody has seen Heartbreak Ridge, the Clint Eastwood movie, so you've got this former gunny whose call sign's Highway. You got Meat, who's a alpha meat eater, and then me, a big dumb animal. And so it just kind of fell into place that they had Highway just destroy me with push-ups and random stuff during this time when you get your call sign.
Yeah.
But everybody started chanting Swede, Swede, Swede. So then
Yeah. That's in the movie too.
I got
Swede
that.
was a big guy.
Yeah.
Josh, how are your buddies from I hope they're doing well. I can't remember both their names that were in Camp Pendleton when I went to visit you guys at Camp Pendleton. How are those two guys doing?
Calamity, Ryan Colomeo, and I think the other guy was either Shit Show Tetro or Butters Harris. I think Butters is probably the one that you saw.
Oh yeah, Butters, the guy with the blonde hair, the church guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so Calamity, he got out, I think at the 8-year mark.
Okay.
He works in Seattle at Amazon.
Oh wow.
He's kind of a high up there now. He's doing like the Amazon Web Services stuff. Big time brain on him. He was like a math major from Colgate, like different level of numbers going on in there, but he's doing well.
I remember him writing Mom, when I was at their house, he would write the aviation stuff on your guys' window.
Yeah, we would draw all of our systems up, like the hide system, the
on
engine.
like the mirror like that.
Wow.
They have all their what was it, Josh? You guys were right up there?
Yeah, like hydraulic systems, the engines, all the aerodynamic stuff to memorize, weapons, everything. We would all pretty much take like a dry erase marker and write it all over our windows. And just quiz each other like all day, every day.
Nice, man.
But what I tell you what I was happy about, and I meant to say this about you all being friends. I told Brandon, I said, Brandon, if something happens, I have all your numbers.
Yeah.
And I'm calling your friends. I'm so glad that y'all didn't convince him to put on a Marine's uniform. Every time I see a wedding, one of y'all getting married or something, I see Brandon in his regular suit or whatever, the rest of y'all Marines around him. But just a great support system for him. And you just don't know how I appreciate that so much, because I think, like you said, Brandon, iron sharpens iron. And I believe in that. And good people up another person better, make that other person better, because they're great. And he becomes great. He's always great. And so I love that. And I want to make sure that everyone hears that you can do that on sets, that kind of training.
Yeah, Josh can be a technical advisor on set. That's why I wanted you to mention that, Josh, because we have plenty of movie people on here.
Oh,
that you're able to be a technical advisor, because I've seen basically they have people from different branches come on and literally as a technical. Oh, my friend Jim Clemente, the FBI guy.
Right.
He's a technical advisor first, and he does everything related to the FBI. He tells them all that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm saying. When it comes to military movies, which are never ending, you could be a technical advisor for that because you know everything.
Oh, I'd be all about.
Yes, this is now. How do you keep in shape, Josh? What do? You have to tell us about that process.
Oh, so now with 4 kids, it's kind of had to shift things from the afternoons to morning. So I'll get up at 4:15 or so, and then I'll work out until 6:15, and then I swap with my wife Tabitha, and then she goes to the gym, and then she'll get back around 7:15. But yeah, so it's every day, 6 days a week. Saturday we'll go together for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, but 6 days a week at the gym. I did the CrossFit stuff for a little while.
Yeah.
And then now I switched back into normal weightlifting type stuff just to get those those numbers up. But
yeah,
I mean, it's good. I think and the Marine Corps kind of makes you not get out of shape. Like you have to be in shape to stay in. And for the reserves, like you still have to run your physical fitness tests. You still got to get, the older you get, crazy enough, the more pull-ups you have to do. So like,
wow.
I think 36 to 41, you have to do 24 or 25 pull-ups, dead hang pull-ups, instead of if you were 18 to 25, you only have to do 20. So,
wow.
So I guess they put it all in on old man strength or something. But
yeah,
to be fair, I think I'm way stronger now than I was.
Oh, really?
And
you look great, brother.
You really do. How tall are you, Josh?
6'4".
So in that cockpit, is there is a certain height? I'm thinking about height cutoff.
Oh, yeah.
Is there something that they say, no, you're too tall for it?
Yeah, so the one reason, not the main reason, but one of the reasons I didn't go fixed wing is that they call it like anthroed out. So they measure, well, for us, they measured your hip to your kneecap. So like, and if that, whatever that length is, then, the ejection seat wouldn't be good for you, or like you could lose your leg or something like that.
Oh, wow.
So you could be too tall that way. And the same measurements for like torso, but for me, it was your legs. My legs were pretty long. Fortunately or unfortunately, now you can get into helicopters, but there are no ejection seats in helicopters. So like, so it's kind of like a lose-lose on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, the cockpit itself, the Cobra cockpit, my shoulders they touch both sides of the glass on either side. There's no room to move. My knees touch the, they call them MFDs, your multifunction display. So my knees are like on the dashboard. So it's pretty tight, but it keeps you angry, which is good. So you
so you're focused.
Yeah. But yeah.
Well, Josh, man, you've been wonderful. I want to make sure, Mom, did you have any?
Yeah, I want to say one other thing, Josh. First of all, I'm sorry that your mother died. I heard that, but Brandon told me even to the very end, and she died of pancreatic cancer, the same thing, his father. She was encouraging Brandon
all the time, man. I still have the messages on my Facebook. If I open up my messenger and I pull up your mom's name, I still have all the messages up until she passed away that she wrote me, always encouraging me to keep going, Brandon. You can do it. Like, I loved your mom. I cried when she passed. I remember exactly where I was. I was doing a commercial that day, and I remember crying when I saw the message. But she stayed write me encouraging messages all the time. And Josh, my dad loved you too, man. He asked me, how is Josh doing all the time?
Yeah.
So,
that's my mom and dad would do the same thing. Yeah. My mom loved all your stuff. She was always watching she's like, what commercial is he going to be on next? I'm like, I don't know. Like, he's going to do great. I'll message him. I'm like, good.
I thank the Lord for her, and I thank the Lord for your father and the product you are now, you and Brandon. I just see that it's like you all haven't missed a beat.
Yeah.
You're just still going like you haven't missed one beat in conversation. And I appreciate that so much. And I appreciate seeing you again and the time that you've taken to be on this show. And I know you have family, children and all, but you're a busy man out there. You're a brilliant, busy man trying to get things done for us here in this world. And we appreciate your service
Thank you
as
for your
well.
thank you for
Yeah,
your
thank
service,
for your
Josh.
service, Josh. We
Well,
appreciate that. We can sleep at night knowing that someone like you happens to be in certain positions that we'll be all right.
Yeah.
well,
Okay.
thank you. I appreciate it. Brandon, you would have made a great Marine too. I know that.
Appreciate it, man.
You hung out with us enough.
Yeah. And then Josh, I just want to say this, and this is another thing why I love you so much. And this is one, you're the only person I can say this about out of every person, every soul I've ever met. From the first day of college when I met you, you said, Brandon, I'm going to be a pilot. You said that and you followed through with it. And that you are the prime example. When I say to anybody, if you really want to go after something, if you really want to follow your dreams, Josh Greb is a guy I know who from day one said he was going to be a pilot, and you became a pilot. You followed your dream. Most people don't follow their dreams, Josh. And I'm constantly trying to convince people, even our friends, like, hey,
Right.
man, you can go after your dream. If Josh can do it and you happen to know Josh, like it's, or even for the people that don't know you, Josh, it's you said you were going to do something and get followed through.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
I appreciate you for that, man, because you're a prime example of a person that has done that.
That's the pot calling the kettle black right now.
I appreciate it, Josh, man. I appreciate the support over the years. I said we've been boys. Even I'll write you things if I see a plane or something like, hey, what's happening here? You'll always tell me, oh, Brandon, well, this is what's going on with that and all this kind of stuff. So we appreciate you coming on, man. I'm always love to have you back anytime. And definitely tell Tabitha I said hello. And your kids. And I'm going to have to check one of Blazers games out. I mean that for real.
Yeah.
Glad I got a chance to meet one of your sons.
Yeah.
I mean, you have how many? Three or
Four.
Four
Right.
children?
Oh, there he is. Blaze been over there chilling.
Blade, we're going
Blaze.
to give you back to your, what's his name?
Blaze.
Blaze. Oh, Blaze. I'm sorry, Blaze. Blaze.
Yes, ma'am.
Like a fire blaze. All right.
He's lucky
you
he's fast.
get the girls excited like that, Blaze.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make him turn red. I'm sorry, Blaze. But
Absolutely.
At any rate,
Well, Josh, look, man, we love you, brother. I said definitely let me know when his games are so I can come check out a game. I leave the 18th, but if there's a game before then, or if I happen to be back anytime doing that, I'll definitely come catch a game.
And you say he plays in South Carolina?
He does, yes. Yeah,
what
here
school?
in Columbia. Hammond?
Which school?
Hammond School.
Okay.
Hammond Academy?
I don't know where that is.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'll find it. I'll call you.
No, we had Roscoe Wilson on. We had Roscoe Wilson on the other day.
Asia Wilson's dad.
Asia. Didn't
Oh,
Asia?
yeah.
I finished. He was my family friend, like a brother to us growing up. And he was on the show last week. And his daughter, I think Asia finished Hammond, I believe. I'm not sure if she finished that school or it's another school.
Heathwood. I think she went
Heathwood.
Yeah.
That
But that's their
competition.
crosstown rival. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's right. I thought so. They compete against each other for something.
Absolutely.
But at any rate.
Well, Josh, man, I love you, brother.
And be safe. We love you. Thank you so much
Thank
for
y'all.
coming
Thank
on
you
the
for
show
your time.
today.
Yeah, man.
We're
Ms.
so
Rush,
glad
it was
to see
great
you on the
seeing
show
you.
too.
Yeah, great seeing you too. But hey, I'm around. If you guys ever free, I'd love to catch up in person, man. So
Yes.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, we always get
before we do, we get ready to end.
Great job, Josh.
There we go. I like it.
Thanks for coming on, brother. And then, Josh, will you do me a favor? Will you send me these photos and then send me the photo you want to have? I'd love one if you have one by your Cobra. You sent me photos back in the day, but I don't know if I still have them.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll find. Man, I got plenty of pictures.
Then send them, man.
Well, you know it.
Yeah, I need two for the one for the YouTube and then one for the podcast station.
Okay, awesome.
And I'll have this done in a couple hours, but I know you got to go to sleep. So just maybe get those to me, Josh. All right, brother.
Good. We'll see y'all. Have a good night.
You too, man.
Love you all.
He was awesome.
Love
you too, Josh, man. Thanks, brother.